Alright, I'm going to do a walkthrough of Spinner of Shadows, and I'm inspired to do this because there is a forum post right now asking what everybody's, most hated quest is. And I saw a lot of people say Spinner of Shadows, and I was surprised. I didn't realize this quest was so hated. But I think that I can provide some information that will make this quest less hated by a lot of the people that don't like it. So we're going to do a solo walkthrough of it. There's some decent tidbits about how you can run this quest that's going to make it a lot easier on you. So this first part, you're just clearing out the hall, no big whoop. It's easier now that it's broken? Is this quest broken somehow? Yeah, my new least favorite quest is Time's Long Past, because it's just so much teleporting back and forth, and it's just like, it just seems like they added tons of teleporting just for the sake of teleporting. And I find it hella confusing. Maybe I wouldn't mind it so much if, I knew it better, but in any event. So this shrine you can save for later if you have Didor. But I don't have Didor on this druid, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it now. Just to top off my mana before I go in there. Interesting, we just ran this the other day and I didn't notice that kind of behavior. Man, I want to have like a cloak that has like the Grand Demonic Presence property on it so that whenever mobs get near me, they have a chance to get held. Come on now. Woolbelk says, and good morning and welcome, Woolbelk. Says, hated because the Chaos Hammers by the Orthons hit like a ton of bricks, and if you're running it on Reaper, it will kill you. Well, guess what? You don't have to deal with the Orthons, my friend. And that's one of the things I'm going to show you. Or what I should say is you don't have to deal with as many Orthons. There's lots of different ways you can run this quest, and there are ways you can make it a hell of a lot easier on yourself. And I'm going to show you my preferred tactics for being successful in this quest. The Spinner Shadow, no doubt, can overrun you. She's a pain in the butt. But I'm going to show you some tips for that too. Yep, we have no need for those tedious Lords of Dust. Yeah, I actually like this quest. It was actually originally going to be a raid. Did you know that? They were originally going to make this a raid, but they decided that since it was required to get out to Evening Star, they didn't want to make a raid be a requirement to get out there. So here, when you talk to the Silver Flame, you can say, grant me your essences so that I may battle the demon. And the Silver Flame gives you 12 of these spheres of Silver Flame essence, okay? And those are like a little throwing weapon. And you can actually throw them at the Spinner of Shadow to make her vulnerable, so you don't actually have to fight her here in the middle. You can throw them at her anywhere and she'll become vulnerable attacks. It also is going to make her cower in fear. So if she's, chasing you around and she's, she's annoying you, you just throw them at her and she's going to stop harassing you. Lugo, good morning and welcome. So I'm going to go over to the cave side. I'm actually never going to... oh, she's already here. I'm never going to go over to the lava side. Okay, that's how I run this, because the lava side has a lot of kitty cats that are going to knock you down. And those are a pain in the butt. You never even need to go over there. So that's one tactic there that... you can use, is just avoid going over there. Another reason why you might want to avoid going over there is that, you know, you're just going to aggro more mobs and you could spike a dungeon alert, and then this quest is going to become even more of a pain in the butt when you're running around with dungeon alert. See, when she gets too much silver flame on her, she runs around, right? She hates it. And there she's gone. So now I'm going to stick solely to this cave side, okay? You never need to go over to the lava side. There's infinite respawns of those little spiders. They're going to drop the shards on this side alone. And I like to put the crystals in my hotbar so I can see how many I have. You need a total, it's 4 to light each of the torch thingy dingies. And then there's, let's see, 9 of those. So 4 times 9 is 36. Now, only so many will drop before the spinner reappears. And the spinner always appears in the same place. So here, in this wave, in the second time she appears, she will appear in the back of this cave. Bobby, good morning and welcome. Yeah, it's Hawaiian Pirate Day. Right there. And see, it says a feeling of great dread overwhelms you. She's going to appear right there in a second. There she goes. This is where she always appears the second time. Okay, and I'm just going to show you that I don't even need to take her to the center. I'm going to throw a couple of essences at her, and then bam. She cowers. Right? And if she continues to attack you, throw a couple more at her. And now she's gone. Okay, so now at this point, you're going to have the spider waves in the center. You're going to have all the little red spiders, right? And you're probably going to want to kill those things. Because if you're not in there guarding the silver flame, they'll kill the silver flame. That doesn't cause failure of the quest, but you won't be able to get any more essences from it. You can actually get a second round of essences. After this round of spiders, you can actually get a second round of essences from her, from the silver flame. I'm just going to drop an earthquake and... Oops. Move my earthquake. And a storm of vengeance. Now, a good time to use that shrine if you're soloing, because it can be really tricky to use that shrine if you're soloing. A good time to use it is right after this round, because you're going to get a little bit of a reprieve. Now, I said I was never going to go over to the lava side, but there is one thing I do want to show you. So if you're someone who is looking for a nebula fragment and you are looking for all the little, shrine pieces or the shard pieces or whatever, actually one of those star shrines is located in this dungeon. And it's located right over here. And it's always there regardless of the difficulty, regardless of heroic versus epic. It's always here. It's not like a rare thing. Okay? It's always, where's it at? It's, oops, did I go down? There it is right there. Star Shrine. That's where you get one of your things. Once you get your Nebula Fragment and you turn it into Lahar, the epic trader in the 12, he's going to give you that star frame. Okay, so this is I kind of messed up. I should have shrined first before showing you that, but hopefully I can get it. So I'm going to drop an earthquake and a sleet storm, and hopefully I can sneak in this shrine before anything starts harassing me. The Spinner of Shadows is already out, but when you stick to the cave side, sometimes she'll actually stay over on the lava side. She appears on the lava side for the final time. So sometimes she'll actually stay over there for a while, and you can do some farming of your shard, or of your, yeah, of your shards or whatever, while she stays over to the lava side. Okay, so this is the part where I see a lot of people kind of, you know, making this a lot harder than it needs to be. See all those Hezrus in the center? I don't want to deal with those Hezrus. Do you want to deal with those Hezrus? I don't. So you know what? They can live there. That's their home. Like I said, there's endless flame eaters over here. So I'm going to stay over here for the rest of the quest until I have enough thingy dingies to light all the torches. And I'll never have to deal with those Hezrus. They're not bothering the silver flame. There's no more spiders to attack the silver flame. Okay, so now this is the part where, like, you know, if you don't have a tank and you're soloing, you know, you got to deal with the Spinner. But like I said, you can throw thingy dingies at her and she cowers. If you throw enough of them at her, she'll literally run away from you. Now, you don't have unlimited of those. You only have 12, and then after the second round, you know, after you kill the red spider wave, you can get 12 more from the silver flame. Also, if she webline trips you, or if any monster webline trips you, you can actually hold down block to try to not be tripped. Oops. Stupid spider jumping out of the way. He moved out of the way of my spell again. Okay, so I'm just going to throw a couple more thingy dingies at her. And she cowers. Okay? And I'm going to farm all my ward crystals over here. I'm going to throw a couple more at her. Okay, how many ward crystals am I up to? 11. I already lit 2, so that's what, 36 minus 8 is I need 28 more, I think, to light them all, if my calculations are correct. And we have unlimited supply of spiders over here. You never have to go to the lava side. You don't need to aggro all that crap, and you don't need to worry, you know, that way you don't have to worry about being tripped by the cats. But if you do go to the lava side and she's giving you a hard time, one little trick that you can do, as long as swimming in lava, so I'm going to block and see I didn't get tripped by that webline trip. One of the little tricks that you can do to get away from her is if you're on the lava side and she's up your butt, then you can just jump into the lava and like swim under the lava and come out a different hole, right? Because she's not going to follow you into the lava. So I got 15. I need 13 more. I'm going to throw my last essence of the silver flame at her, and now I'm out. And I'm just going to show you that I can get more. Oops, she neg leveled me. So I'm going to recast Death Ward. And then I'm going to regenerate, or you could do restoration to get rid of negative levels. So now I've just come in here and I've aggroed all the Hezrus. I'm just showing you that you can get 12 more of the essences is all. Okay? I do have a tutorial from the Northwind series showing doing this, you know, on a toon that doesn't have past lives. So if you're looking at this going, well, you can just do that because you have a bunch of past lives. I literally have a video up showing it, soloing this on a toon without past lives. On a low DPS build. I am on Starlona Osmos, and good morning and welcome, Osmos. Let's see, I'm gonna block, and I don't get webline tripped. So let's see, how many of those thingy dingies do I? Oh, I have 19 ward crystals, so I think I need 9 more. Okay, because I grabbed 12 more of the essences from the spinner or from the silver flame, I can just throw them at her. Oh, does it say 6 left? Okay, I guess I miscounted. Okay, so yeah, I need 24 total, thank you. And I already have 22. And I haven't even run out of essences yet. I still have 7 of the silver flame essences. Thank you for pointing that out. I thought something seemed off about that. Okay, now I just need 1 more ward crystal. And we should be good to go. You know, we will end up aggroing the Hezrus as a result of coming in here. But, I wonder if I can invis. And maybe they won't see me, I don't know. I don't even know if clicking on these ward flames would uninvis me. But, you know, the quest ends as soon as you block the webline trip. As soon as you light these things, the quest ends anyways. Unfortunately, the Hezru's, you know, stuff is actually still going to end up attacking you for, I don't know, maybe 5-6 seconds or something. And done. There we go, folks. That's how you solo Spinner of Shadows. Stay out of the center. Don't aggro those Hezrus, guys. You don't even need to mess with that. You see a lot of people running this quest, and they stay in the center during that final wave. You don't need to. And you don't need to go over to the lava side and deal with a bunch of tripping cats. You can stay on the cave side. Endless respawns when you get to the 3rd wave. Bada bing, bada boom. Solo Spinner of Shadows. You can too. And now we get to see Loth. This was the first time that we got to see Loth in the history of DDO. And if you're not an old pen and paper player, you might, you know, maybe you don't realize that Loth is like this, you know, legendary big baddie from pen and paper. And so when she came to DDO, it was kind of a big deal. And so this was, you know, this was the prelude dungeon to the Menace in the Underdark expansion. So this was out before that expansion, right? This was like the storyline that led into it. So this was, you know, we first saw Loth, and then we saw the little mini movie at the end, and it was like, ooh, Loth's coming to DDO. It was a pretty exciting time in DDO history. There you are, sister. Did you bring me the watermelon lip balm that I asked for? They don't have that flavor in the Forgotten Realms. Hell yeah. If you have any questions about how to solo this, let me know.